before, but it seems like this past couple days, everything has just shot up in price. It's ridiculous. Everybody's got these little magical bar tags, these little price tags that change whenever they want. So it makes it easier for a store to update their prices. And we're being scammed, people. Here in America, we are being scammed. And unfortunately, that's because we essentially scam all of these farmers of other countries to sell us all of their product. And we use war and weaponry control systems to take from these societies. And it's coming home to roost. We've got a big problem here. This is Edward Economics. Grocery stores surging pricing is robbing Americans. Food price scam. Let's jump on it.
Prices are out of fucking control.
Yo.
I normally go to Costco every 2 weeks.
Right.
And this week when I went, I got to the cashier and he rang me up. He said $495.
Jeez.
I'm not gonna make it in this world because
Costco used to be $100 minimum. No, now it's like a $400, $500, $700 minimum. You just go and get the same things you used to get. It used to be $100, $200. You're looking at $800 sometimes, $500, $600. No problem.
like, tell me why I just went to Kroger's and got groceries. I just got paid today. How the did I barely get any food and it's $73?
I know.
Like, what?
You get enough food for like a day or two and you're like $50, $80. What? What is going on? This is criminal. And, you know, Trump's over there like, grocery prices are great right now. Sitting on his little truth social. Yeah, scam social. Come on now. Sheesh.
What am I gonna do?
Welcome back to Edwards
And remember, the
Economics.
left and the
My
right
name's
all work
Kalen.
together.
And the
They're
price
all
that you pay
scamming
for
us.
groceries is about to become so
not picking
high,
any
you're
side
not even
here,
gonna
guys.
believe it. Walmart has electronic shelf labels
The
in
rich
about
versus the poor.
2,300 stores already, and they're on track for full deployment in the U.S. by the end of this year. Kroger has the Edge system in about 500 stores and is targeting 2,600 by the end of this year as well. Most Americans have absolutely no clue that this infrastructure already exists and that it's already installed.
It's installed, and like, depending on who you are and how much money you make and the items that they know that you want, the prices are going to update. Using AI and facial recognition and all that, they're going to update as you walk up to them. They're going to change from the last person to you. I talked about this months ago, and it's happening now.
So what in the world is
a
going
control
on
grid.
with grocery prices in America? Well,
Modern day slavery,
let's
baby.
find out.
I'm getting fed up with the prices of groceries. The price of groceries are too sky high, and some things need to change, because to be spending $1,000 a month cash in groceries, if not more, it might be more than 1,000. I'm like, how is that possible? Like, I just went shopping last week and I spent over $300. This week the food's gone. The whole 6 days later, literally 6, not even 7 days. 6 days later, the food's pretty much gone. The fridge is bare. I'm like, how? Because $300 don't get you. That's how. So
Right.
when you used to be able to go and spend, you know, $150 and fill up your cabinet's fridge, and now it lasts you a couple weeks.
Not to mention, in this country, they make us buy toilet paper instead of putting a little kitchen sprayer with water next to every toilet like they do in Asia and Europe. They have bidets everywhere else. But over here, they got to sell us toilet paper. Why?
$300 is not lasting anybody a week.
Right.
Like,
Preach.
needs to change. Either I'm gonna start walking my habits out.
What are you
with a
guys
cart,
paying for
like
groceries a
people
week?
used to do back in the day.
Where
in
you
their
living?
kitchen, but filled with TVs and electronics. It's gonna be filled with food. I
Right.
don't care.
Hey, what's up, America? I'm here at a Walmart, and I want to show you the electronic pricing tags that can change
Yup.
prices based on surge pricing. So as you know,
Yeah.
a lot of places are starting to replace actual paper tags with digital tags. Here at the Walmart by me,
Are we serious right now?
Yup.
I thought that was just good technology. I didn't know
No,
they're
this is
over
real,
there
bro.
contr-
Yup.
No.
they're doing that
Edward,
now. So let me
yes.
show you what these look like, and let me show you the difference. So here's a digital tag. These prices can change at a moment's notice.
Wow.
Based on
And they
who's
do
looking
throughout
at
the
them.
day. Every
How
single
many times they're getting
one
bought?
has been changed to a
Yes,
digital
sir.
tag. So these prices will go up 3 or 5 cents depending on what time of day it is.
And if they
they'll
start
go up
running
when
out?
more people are here shopping, and they'll go down
Yeah.
when fewer people are here. So let me show you the difference. Here's an actual tag, and then here's the digital tag. See, they look identical, but this one is a digital tag. You can see here behind the glass. So this is happening at every Walmart across the country, and this will be happening at every grocery store across the country at some point. They can
And
literally
guess what
take
the Walmart families have them do in Denver? Pay for a new stadium.
these prices and change them up and down a couple of
You know,
cents
Walmart
throughout
employs
the
more
day
people than the
and
military?
make million. And then they'll incrementally raise them so it'll always be higher. See, look at these prices. These prices are indicating that they've raised them and lowered them slightly throughout the day, and they have. There's videos online showing these prices changing, and they're also planning on using your phone data to change the prices as you're perusing.
That makes sense. So you download the Walmart app or whatever grocery store app. They
asking us to
get your
track your
location
other apps,
data. They get all your payment data. And
All
they
your
know
previous
how
purchases,
often you're coming in based off of the last time you came in, or even better, where your phone literally is. Knowing you're in the store, knowing probably
Which
using some type
tax
of
you're
AI
from.
to predict what you're about to run out of. And just the moment before you go purchase whatever you're about to purchase, boop, spike up the price. That's crazy. And now with people building out their grocery carts online, oh man.
Even more
You
tracking,
might need to go
bro.
back to cash again, y'all.
This, a couple of weeks ago, we had it on for 75 cents for a 2-pound bag of onions. We just got a shipment in. We had to raise it to $1.
Food Fair owner Munther Zaid says shippers and suppliers are adding fuel surcharges, forcing him to pass those costs on. The fuel crisis from the Middle East war is driving food prices higher, starting with imported produce and some meat and dairy.
The fresh stuff is where you're going to see the immediate impact.
It's becoming more expensive for trucking companies to transport goods, with the price of diesel jumping 40% since the war began. That's rippling through the
whatever happened to, we got Venezuela now, and we have the most gas in the whole world, and we're going to have cheaper gas prices. You a liar, bro. Truth Social, Scam Social. You full of shit, bro. You little Jesus wannabe. You ain't nothing but the Antichrist himself as far as I'm concerned. Damn, bro.
Supply chain to grocers.
We're now at the point where we can't hold off any longer, and what consumers are seeing at the fuel pump is what the grocers are seeing at their back doors.
And shoppers in rural and remote communities will feel the squeeze even more.
Robin Hood, I'm telling you guys, you follow someone like me, eventually, when I get there, because I'm going to do it the organic way, I ain't paying nobody to follow me, none of that. When I get there and I have the means to do so, we're going to change this world. Little by little, we're going to make lives better. And not for clout. I'm talking change in the shadows. Things are going to be done. We got billions of us, okay? Remember that. There are billions of us. There's only a tiny little tippy top of this pyramid that they're trying to control us from, using the eye of providence to see us all.
There's going to be an increase in food inflation in the months ahead. You just have to be transparent and honest about that. There's just no magic bullet that can erase that from happening.
The thing that gets me is this isn't just a within the past month thing.
No.
For the past 2 years, I've been diligently tracking my family's grocery bill. I mean, as soon as we leave the grocery store, I'll take a picture of the receipt. And you know what? I compiled all those receipts, like 100 of them over the past couple of years. And I threw it into Claude. And it's up like 30%. Like, it's insane. All the grocery prices are up like 30%. This is based off of my own anecdotal experience, my own
Right, it jumped by at least 10-15% in the past week, dude.
Expensive. I just stopped on my way home from work to get something for tonight. And my God, it was like over $40.
Right.
It's insane. Like, I think about
easily
my kids when they were growing up. We had 4. So to feed a family of 6, I would go to the grocery store. I might have spent $120 for the whole week. And that would feed all 6 of us.
Right.
Breakfast, lunch, and supper.
Yep.
And now I can't even get out just for supper for over $40.
Yep.
It's insane to me. I was a stay.
It depends though, because I think it's at least $25 just for a simple meal, protein, some steak, some chicken thighs, chicken breast, and a couple of vegetables.
If you're getting steak,
couple different sides of vegetables.
You're getting steak.
But
unless you're
if
eating
you think you're gonna be eating
steak.
out, good luck. I know for my family of 4, if we go to Chick-fil-A, it's gonna be $50.
Yeah.
If we go to Chipotle, it's gonna be $50.
50
Guys,
at least, bro.
What to eat? What?
You're like 65, right?
What?
At home mom, and my husband worked at the
Well,
time.
yeah, here's like
and
$16.
we were good. I mean, the kids were fed. They had clothes on their backs. There's no way. I don't see how a family can make it now with just one of the parents working. I mean, there's just no way.
Right.
Everything's
start your own
expensive, and not
business.
only groceries, but housing and rent and gas, and I mean, it's just insane. And something needs to get done about it.
We gotta stop
because
being individuals.
I don't know
man.
how much longer people can go like this. Thank God I've got a pretty good job where I can afford groceries, but I
feel
know
you.
there are people struggling right now.
I know.
And it's awful. And
Sister, we gotta come together.
things need to get lower, or this whole economy is just going to be bad.
We gotta
And I want
stand
to-
up.
I don't think anything can be done about it though.
We gotta fight.
Unless we
for
just
the right.
let the system fail. The problem is that won't happen. Big banks are going to get bailed out. All the large corporations are going to get bailed out.
For sure. With whose money?
Inflation is going to surge. And then we're going to be left to pick up the pieces, wondering if AI is going to take our jobs, or wondering if the dollars that we
Robots.
make today are going to have any remotely close to any value that they had today, tomorrow, or the next day.
Right.
Because the inflation is so high. Cooked.
Bro, I'm not
Cooked
gonna
and chopped
make
and
it in
screwed
this
and
world
retalked
because,
and
like,
we're
tell me
done.
why I just went to Kroger's and got groceries. I just got paid today. My fucking paycheck.
Oh, I'm sorry,
And I
kid.
spent 73 fucking dollars
I
on
know, I feel your
popcorn,
pain.
crackers, Cheez-Its, milk, ranch dressing, tomatoes.
That ranch dress is like
Just
$9 or
basic
something
shit,
crazy, right?
You got to avoid the snacks.
box of
You got to
And the
avoid the
condiments.
snacks. The snacks are gone.
Yeah.
Not even just because of health, but because of the wallet health. The snacks
Right.
are gone. You just got to get the whole
Buy spices
foods,
once a
and
year, make
that'll
your sausage
kinda
with those
soften
spices.
this a bit. But
Get the fuck
yeah,
out of
y'all.
here. There are better
Oreos, you
places to
can't get a
live,
bag of
bro.
Oreos anymore. Cereal? If you eat cereal, $10 a box. Yeah, right.
Fucking Cheez-Its and a box of fucking crackers was $5 a piece. The ranch dressing was $5. The tomatoes were $4. Like,
I
the
know.
milk is $7 a gallon, and my kid drinks 3 gallons a week. That's $20. Like, how the did I barely get any food, and it's $73? Like, what the am I gonna do?
Somebody needs to explain to me why I can't afford this ground beef. I go into the supermarket, okay? Because
Like, I'm making a joke, but I'm not making a joke. You want to really see some shit get done? Piss off a black woman. Like, they're going to tell you frankly how it is. I love it.
I'm looking for some ground beef for my lasagna
Like, I
and
agree with
also
her.
for my spaghetti. I've heard the ground beef. Why is it $30?
Right.
Who can afford that?
I
Don't
can't.
get me started on the chuck roast. The chuck roast is like $15 per pound.
It's
It
like hot
literally
dogs for
is.
dinner.
It literally is. We
Yeah.
just had some tacos last night. My wife threw it in the crock pot, the chuck roast.
Oh,
And as
my
she was
God.
searing it, I was up here working and I smell the aroma coming upstairs, and I
Money.
just know it's $15 a pound.
This is
It's
going to be a
good,
rich
though.
dinner.
Hey, what happened to groceries becoming more affordable? What the
Right.
hell? That's an affordable line. Like, I am so disgusted right now. Dinner canceled because I can't even afford
Hey,
it.
don't cancel dinner. Don't cancel dinner. The thing is, we're gonna have to
We
be
do need to
way
learn
more
how to
strategic
fast.
about
That's for
leftovers
sure.
from now on.
Yeah,
We gotta
that's
be way
true.
more strategic about it.
Meal
What we
prepping.
need to do is understand that whatever meal we make on one day, we got to start rationing, y'all. We have to ration our dinners.
We got to eat like
half
the
of
Great
what
Depression.
you would on one day, and then eat the other half the next day. I don't care if you're hungry. You gotta eat so you don't starve. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So let me lay down what we're actually looking at, because the headlines are confusing on purpose. An electronic shelf label is a digital tag that replaces that little paper price sticker. Once every shelf in a store has one, the retailer can change the price at any time on any item.
That also removes a job from every grocery store. You do the math of that. That's actually multiple jobs, like something the size of Walmart. Think about that impact as well. Like that's crazy.
For any reason. That's the capability. That's the infrastructure, and that's what's already been installed at scale. Walmart has roughly 2,300 stores with electronic shelf labels today. And what's worse is it's targeting the full American footprint by the end of this year. Kroger has its Edge system in about 500 stores as of right now, and is targeting 2,600 stores by this year's end as well. Kroger's CEO sat in front of the Senate Banking Committee and admitted infrastructure could enable dynamic pricing. Y'all, we're familiar with dynamic pricing. If you've ever been to Disneyland, Disney World, if you've ever been on an airplane, you're familiar with dynamic pricing. You do not want that for your groceries.
Now
He also did say that the company
Tuesdays.
isn't currently doing it. Both things can be true, and both things can stop being true at the exact same moment. So now layer the research on top of that. Studies on personalized AI pricing have shown price differences of up to 23% between two customers buying the exact same item at the exact same second. Y'all, it's getting scary out here because I don't think of that as efficiency. That's literally just price discrimination.
That's why, like, if you're going to be moving to Asia or something, like, don't worry about that whole foreigner tax, right? Because America's even worse. You're still paying less.
With AI enforced price discrimination is diabolical. FTC opened a surveillance pricing investigation specifically because of this. We have senators that have introduced bills to ban surge pricing on essential goods. And food is one of the most essential goods that we could ever have. Instacart is already under federal investigation for AI pricing experiments. None of this is hypothetical anymore, y'all. We're not just making it up and screaming that the sky is falling. No, this is here today. So there's a reason why you and most Americans might be staring at your grocery bill and wondering why it looks like a mortgage.
If I see a post of someone's grocery shopping where they say how much they spent, and I see a bunch of comments saying, oh, well, there's your problem. You bought a bunch of name brand stuff. You got Bounty. You got Philadelphia. Or, oh, you went to Trader Joe's. You went to Wegmans. Do we not work full time?
Yeah.
Are we not all adults that are working full time? Why the fuck are you defending
They're just little
the
cringe
prices?
lords.
Saying, well, it's your fault for getting
People think they're smart.
If we want to buy Bounty paper towels in Philadelphia,
Forget that we're all just a bunch of retards.
35 to 40 plus hours a week, we should be able to do that.
Preach. Sister,
That's
you're
where I
right.
kind of part ways, right? Look,
I
we're all
feel
on the
it.
same page about things being
There's
expensive.
a difference between the name
But
brand shit.
nobody is making y'all buy name brand stuff. And if you are gonna buy name brand stuff,
Have you tried the
then
non-Heinz
you can
ketchup?
complain with the rest
Come
of
on,
us
bro.
about how expensive things are. But we just feel a little less bad for you because you're not even optimizing for the cheapness.
Oh,
all right?
Jesus.
You're not waking up
And
at
I
5 a.m.
understand
to
why
get ready
y'all
for
are
work.
all
You're
sitting around going,
not being
"What?
a
Shouldn't
crunch
do that.
lord.
Shouldn't do that. I work my butt off. You work your butt off. You should be able to buy what you need. And if you want to spend it at Trader Joe's, Wegmans, Healthy Living in Vermont, the City Market Co-op, you should be able to do that. You should be able to buy whatever you want with your money because you are an adult working full time.
Right.
You don't want to say that's okay because it's a name brand. This.
A pound of ground beef, the cheapest beef available,
Yes.
is now more than the federal minimum wage. A pound of ground beef at my local King Soopers is $7.49 because it's not on sale. The minimum federal wage is $7.20 something cents. Chuck roast, which has always been the cheapest roast available, is now $9.99 a pound. And it's not like you can just buy a pound of it. It's a roast.
Right. 2, 3.
And that makes chuck roast, on
$20, $30.
average, about $28. You know, one of the reasons that I shop at places like Costco is because I can afford a membership and I buy in bulk because that lowers your cost per pound.
You guys want a good trick? Buy the uncut ribeyes from Costco. It'll come down to like $9-10 a steak. But given that ribeyes are like $20+ these days.
But of course, poor people are
Just gotta cut it
penalized
yourself.
because they can't afford to buy in bulk. It is the penalty you pay for being poor.
Is anyone else noticing their grocery bill going up a lot? Because I shop at Sprouts 90% of the time. And I used to spend about $100 for 2 bags of groceries. That would
Sprouts
probably
wasn't
be roughly
bad
2
before.
to 3 days worth of
It's
food
like a cheaper Whole Foods.
for me and my family. And that's gone from $100 to like $140, $150 now.
Easily.
And that's a big jump. I mean, I know tariffs and everything going into effect, prices are supposed to rise, but that's a lot. That's like a 50% increase in the span of, I don't know, 5 months, 6 months. Just wondering if anyone else is noticing that.
At Costco right now, and I know I showed you guys a video of me at Walmart showing you that it was like $50 for 3 ribeyes. I'm about to show you how much it is here at Costco. You guys kept telling me to come to Costco, so here,
3 or 4.
I'm at Costco. Let's see. This is insane. $104
for 4 of them?
$109, $105. 99.89 cents.
Yeah, guys, I'm telling you, buy the
this is
uncut one.
insane.
If you can. Like this super jumbo, like super big fat one. Just cut it in like real thin pieces, as thin as you could possibly get them. Like without like sacrificing the steak quality, of course. You know, but something that like sears up nice and you can still get medium rare, just pop out real quick. It's a better deal, but holy crap. I'm going to Costco tomorrow, so I guess we'll see.
Meat prices have skyrocketed. I don't know what's going on. There is an entire meat section here, and all of them are at least over the $20 mark. All of them. All of the meat here is. Everything. 43, 44, 45. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna lie. This honestly is not that bad. For $14, you can get all of this pork. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, 'cause
over here
it
they
ain't
have
kosher.
pork for $18. You get
Remember,
all of
people
this
that
pork.
rule
So
this
I
world
don't
don't eat
think
pork.
shopping bulk is going to be
Promise
as
you.
bad. But if you're going to places like Walmart, Target, you know, places that are close to you, that is not your friend, honey. Not at all. Shop around,
Bible
find what
says
works.
not
This
eat
ground
pork.
beef is $38.
Probably should.
OMG, but it comes with so much. I don't know if this is good or
That is a
bad.
lot.
Okay, $33, $34. How are we feeling? How are we feeling?
And here's why this matters way more than ride-sharing apps like Uber's surge pricing or even hotel surge pricing. When Uber surges, you can walk, you can take a bus, or you could just stay at home.
Yeah.
When a hotel surges, you can sleep somewhere else. When you start to get into food surge pricing, like when you go in the grocery store and it's not what you
Same with
expected,
shelter.
are you just not gonna
And
eat?
water.
Guys,
And
demand for
electricity.
food is what we call in economics inelastic. You can't substitute out eating. You can't wait for a better time when you just might feel like it to feed your kids.
Right.
And retailers know this. The algorithms know this. They're literally programmed for it. And that's why applying dynamic pricing to groceries is categorically different as an ethical problem than applying it to a car ride. So companies are going to tell you that this is about cutting waste and passing the savings on to the customer. Kroger cited that they did 55,000 price adjustments just last month with an average price adjustment down 9%. And that sounds generous until you realize the baseline they're adjusting down from is the elevated post-2022 price floor that they already set. Adjusting a $12 jar of salsa down to $8 and bragging about it isn't a discount. It should have never been $12 in the first place. And this is where this all starts to feel like choreography, like they're just playing in our face. What you
Because
should
it is.
actually be watching as all this infrastructure gets rolled out is whether or not the capability sits dormant or if it gets activated. Because once the infrastructure is in, it doesn't come out. As soon as they figure out they can make billions of dollars a quarter doing this, y'all, this is going to be the new norm.
Grocery prices are out of control. I normally go to Costco every 2 weeks. And this week when I went, I got to the cashier and he rang me up. He said $495. Then I looked at my wife, she looked at me and she said, "Can you add a cookie and a ice cream sundae on that?" While she's waiting in line to get her ice cream sundae and her cookie, I started going through the receipt because I want to make sure that I didn't get overcharged for anything or I didn't get charged twice.
Right.
And I counted every item. It was right.
Wow.
And I still have to go to Save Mart. And I got to put in gas. It's probably going to be a good $700-800 that I spent today. just in food and gas.
$17.33. That's how much I paid today for this coffee. I'm here and I'm just adding some numbers together and doing my budget because you know what? Today I asked my husband, where's the money? We're making the best we've ever made. Both earners, both incomes, good incomes and everything. And we don't have money. We're living paycheck to paycheck basically. So I put the numbers together and I decided to look at my budget. On June the 2nd, 2023, and I'm going to try to insert somewhere here the photo I took a shot of, how much I paid for it. On June the 2nd, 2023, the same exact coffee was $9.92. It's almost doubled in 2 years. Of course, my salary hasn't doubled. My income has not doubled. It went up a little bit, but certainly nowhere near that.
Nope. Cost
And
of living is
I don't know where my money goes. Every month, I'm struggling.
I keep hearing people say that groceries are more expensive than eating out these days, and that might be true.
Exponential runaway.
If you can't grocery shop worth a damn. Oh, a McDonald's burger is $7, but all the ingredients for a burger at the grocery store is $17. Yeah, but you can have burgers all week. It might not be what you want, but 8 out of 10 times, groceries are always going to be cheaper. Now, do I want to cook? That's a different story.
Look, I'm on this side too, right?
You got to learn how to have fun cooking.
The groceries are going to be cheaper. Your price per meal is going to be cheaper.
That's the old school.
The problem is the delta between what you would spend eating out and what you would spend making your food at home has shrank to the point where you might want to start looking at it like, okay, then you account for the time that you're spending cooking and whatever your hourly wage is. I'm not advocating for eating out. I don't eat out like that. My family, we cook most of our meals at home, like 90% of them. I love barbecuing. I barbecue pretty much every day.
Hell yeah. I love a good grill, man.
But when you start looking at it, if you go too deep into the numbers,
yeah,
you're going to be spending $2,000 a month anyway. Right. Thank you guys for watching today's video. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like this video, and let me know what your average grocery bill is right now. I'm talking per week.
Same.
You can give it to us per month as well. We can do the math. If you haven't already, go ahead and go to edwardseconomics.com and subscribe there, where I go into more biblical insight about what's going on in the world in a way that I don't usually get into here. Thank you guys for watching the video.
Yeah, everybody wants to push back when you start talking about, religion and everything, but they just they're taking advantage of us. That's the thing with America, whether it's gas, groceries, accommodation, whatever it might be. They set the prices at a certain level that is just below revolution. They're not going to piss us off completely where we bind together and fight back. But that bond is growing. And, the elites, they got to watch out. They're scared. That's what they're doing this for, is they know that we're waking up. And not like that woke garbage that they just hijack the term from all of us. No, real waking up. Like, rich versus poor. Skin color, fuck that. We all shades of brown. At the end of the day, that's truth. Come on now. Trying to make us fight each other over politics, over race. What is that? We're all people of God, and we're going to come together, and we're going to make a change in this world. And that's right. I'm not some extremist. I'm just a realist. There's billions of us, guys. We just got to be peace builders and move with action, momentum. Like this video, subscribe. Do the same for Edward Economics here. He's great. Oh, my controller died. Yup. I think I got a minute. Anyways.
Just went to Kroger's and got...
Yeah, Edward Economics. Give him a follow. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be safe. Stay hungry. And try fasting a little bit. Your mind will clear up. Promise you that. On to the next one. Take it easy.